After awakening, many couples struggle to connect on a soul level. Attempting to make love before we have made peace with the shadows in ourselves destroys intimacy in our relationships. Oftentimes, the emptiness within is the motivation to seek emotional nourishment from our partners. And if we do not feel we're capable of giving that to ourselves, we may unconsciously and subconsciously use sex with our partner as a form of supplementation to fill the void. The downside of this is the relationship becomes parasitic, where one is trying to use the other to feel better about oneself. The ultimate purpose of awakening is to discover the darker aspects that live within us that we have repressed. However, in the beginning of this journey, and sometimes in other phases of this journey, if the partner that's going through the awakening is in a relationship with someone that hasn't yet had these experiences, it may be difficult for them to communicate to one another and be able to understand. This is due to the shift in consciousness. And what often happens and is happening in relationships is there are people that are on different streams of information and consciousness based on the way that they are being activated to grow and evolve. And sometimes there isn't a healthy relationship foundation in place for us to have a deep soul communication with one another where we can actually see one another. And for many women who have stepped away from codependency, which is a collective societal conditioning, especially towards women, to disempower us and cause us to rely on our partner for our sense of safety and for our ability to survive this world. Because the activations are helping women to feel more empowered, to know that they can trust themselves, to know that they have a rare ability to read information around situations and energies and people, which is called intuition. So our confidence is being built up. Our ability to navigate the world in a way that cannot be blocked because we're using the spiritual gifts of the feminine is placing us in a position to have higher value and a higher sense of self-worth and respect about ourselves. And as we experience this, we may find ourselves pulling away from our partners so that we could tend to the wounds within our soul that were hidden in the shadows that we were unaware of or afraid of accepting and seeing. If the partner that we may be in a relationship with has abandonment wounds, they may begin to feel like they are being mistreated, neglected, rejected, and abandoned. This in turn may trigger shame and guilt that this partner feels connected to their own traumatic events, childhood conditioning, and the toxic culture and the many teachings that come with the values of this toxic culture in which we are healing. So if this resonates with you, I would love for you to share with me how. And I want to see how I can be of service to speak from the voice of the sacred feminine to the sacred masculine more often. And this has been most of my focus. But I would love to hear what you think about this and what are your own experiences. Namaste, Numiste.